nothing but having a little bit of fun. Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel Flyboyt777. Today I'm going to be showing you a quick video on how to take off using a light aircraft, and here we are using the Cessna 152, one of the most common aircraft used for training worldwide. It was first built in 1977, but you can still see them all over the world flying strong, and it was the first aircraft that I learned to fly in. I got my private pilot's license in this Cessna 152 about more than 10 years ago now. So let's head on inside the cockpit, and just a quick explanation. We have the airspeed indicator here showing your speed, attitude indicator, and the altimeter, your vertical speed showing whether you're climbing or descending, and the rate of that climb or descent. I have a little compass here, a navigation indicator or display, and the turn coordinator. And this measures if you're turning left or right and if you're balanced in that turn. Alright, without boring you, also we have the engine RPM over here on the far right. You've got flap settings, which is currently set on takeoff flaps, and if you get rid of the yoke for a second, we have the temperature and pressure of the engine oil. Now when we take off, we're using flaps because you're trying to shorten your distance for takeoff, and after takeoff you retract the flaps because you want to reduce the drag on the aircraft. However, when you do retract the flaps, you lose a bit of lift, so the aircraft tends to want to pitch down, so you want to proactively pitch up when you turn the flap, so when you retract the flaps. So the saying goes, flaps up, pitch up. Also on the takeoff roll, you want to be checking your airspeed, that the airspeed is alive, i.e. your airspeed indicator is working, and then you want to be checking your oil temperature and pressure. In the Cessna 152 we'll be rotating at about 50 knots, and the best rate of climb is 67 knots. I found these airspeeds by just simply googling Cessna 152 airspeeds, and you can do that for all the other different types of aircraft types you can learn to fly in the flight sim. Unfortunately, when you do apply takeoff power, the engine will create a slipstream on the rudder, forcing the aircraft to go nose left. So look out for that. Apply your little bit of right rudder, look down at the end of the runway, trying to keep the aircraft straight. So let's go through a takeoff and I'll try to talk you through it. So first, park brake is off. As we smoothly apply the throttle, you want to be applying rudder, looking at the end of the runway. Oil temperature and pressure is fine, and the airspeed indicator is coming alive now. 50 knots there, rotating and adjusting that pitch attitude to maintain roughly 67 knots. Once you're roughly about 200 feet off the ground, you can retract the flaps. So you can press F5 on your keyboard to retract the flaps fully. So flaps up, and you want to be pitching up to account for that loss of lift. And there we have it. We are off the ground, so just touch the brakes to stop the wheel spinning. Flaps are definitely up, and the landing gear is fixed, so that's your after takeoff checks done. Here we are in Jerez in Spain. Just thought I'd pick somewhere sunny today. here we are back down on the ground. I've just changed the aircraft type to the Diamond DA40. It's a training aircraft, and the only difference really is that it has a glass cockpit, i.e. it's got these electronic displays rather than these old classic displays here. Essentially it's the same. We have takeoff flaps selected, and we're looking at engine instruments are here. We have the backup airspeed indicator up here. I've just googled the performance data for a DA40, so we're looking for a rotation speed at 59 knots, and the best rate of climb is the same as the Cessna 152 at 67 knots. So here we go, we're going to release the park brake, squeaky park brake, slowly increase the thrust, apply a bit of rudder to counter-effect the slipstream. Engine oil temperature and pressure are good, airspeed is alive. Eyes towards the end of the runway to keep it straight. And 57 knots, the aircraft can rotate. And there's 67 knots, just maintain. So you see the speed creeping up a little bit, increase the pitch to get back to the best rate at 67. So roughly about 200 feet off the ground. Go flaps up and we'll be pitching up. There we have it. After takeoff checklist would be the brakes applied, and we have flaps up and the gear is fixed. There we have it, guys, a very quick video of how to take off in a light aircraft. Just don't forget the main things are to keep the aircraft straight on the runway using your rudder and rotating at the correct speed and trying to maintain that best rate of climb. And when you do retract the flaps, don't forget to pull up slightly, as you'll be losing some lift as the flaps are retracted. Thanks very much for watching. Please comment below and like this video, and of course, most importantly, please subscribe. I will be putting out some more videos for you guys. Thanks, until next time, goodbye.